Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa. So today I'm coming to you with a project that I am using the Tim Holtz Backdrops from. I recently did a project that I did these flip over tags where I used the Tim Holtz Backdrops that went up and down. Fold over, long tags. But as I was going through there, I saw a lot of the backdrops that went horizontally that I could not use for the tags because they would be weird going up and down. So I was like, what can I do with these to make a project where I do up and down? Because there are some fun ones in here that go side to side. So I think I might pick this one of these two. Okay, I'm gonna put these aside for now, and I'm gonna show you the project. I did a mock-up already, and I'm gonna do one on camera with you. So let's get the up and downs out of the way. All right, so here is my project that goes side to side. It is a little portfolio. It can go into a pocket of a journal because it is only 5 inches wide by the 6 inches tall, which is the size of the backdrops. I have put closure on top here, and let me show you the inside. So it flips open, having a small, and I'm gonna address this when I redo it because I don't like how it goes. I have a small little tag in that side little pocket, and I've got a bigger tag on this side pocket, and what I put in the center is a lunch bag. Just a simple lunch bag that I have. These are the regular ones. I've seen smaller ones out there, but this is the regular size that is approximately 11 inches tall by about 5 inches, which is perfect to go in here. So I did also put a pocket on the inside here to put a tag for it. So these are places where you can stick stuff and close it up and have a nice little place to send things. Put them in a pocket, send them as part of Happy Mail, cute little stuff. But I thought it was kind of fun with the backdrops that go that way. I did sew the bag in here, but I believe you could also put it in with some washi tape going on that side and that side, or maybe taking some strips of scrapbook paper, fold them over, grab one here. There we go. This would not be the same thing, but have a piece of, not this wide, piece of cardstock that you would glue to that side and then glue down, and then you'd be able to flip it back and forth. That would work also. So you don't have to have a sewing machine to do this. I just thought it was fun to be able to sew this into the pocket. All right, so let me put this to the side, and we're gonna get this started a little bit, and we'll see how we can go. All right, so I'm thinking I'm going to, this one I did more, I had floral embellishments on here, flowers, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do the next one with my Tim Holtz people because I haven't done anything with them for a while. And Tim Holtz cards, so why not? All right, so that's why I was thinking maybe I should do this one because it's got names here for it. Or I could do this one with the maps for the Tim Holtz people. The pockets, I was going to use these because I thought these were going to be kind of cool for the pockets. So I'm thinking that this would be better, and the maps would be better with this, the words. So let's do that one. Okay, save that one for a different time. All right, so pretty simple and straightforward to start. Let me grab my scoreboard. All right, so the first score to do this side is going to be at 3 inches, and this one is at 2, which then leaves the 5 in the center because these backdrops are 10 by 6. So we're gonna start with, we're gonna start with 3 inches on this side. And I'm just gonna flip it over because I don't have a bigger scoreboard. But if you did have a 12-inch scoreboard, you could go in 2 inches from the other side at 8 from the 10, but just as easy to flip it over to do it that way. So we got the 2-inch. There, I'm like, I lost my better bone folder. There, I like this one better. Okay, so we got that one, and we've got to fold this one in. Making sure it's straight. There we go. Okay, so now we have a wonderful 3-inch side and a 2-inch side. All right, so what I said I'm going to do different last time when I made this one, I got to stop closing it, is I glue the pockets in and sewed around it, and then I added the eyelets and the brads to close it, but I've decided to add the eyelets and the brads and then add the pocket. But we can go ahead and cut the pockets for this. Grab my little cutter. All right, so the pockets for this side, since this is a 3-inch flap, I wanted it a little smaller. I made it 2 3/4, and this one, instead of the 2-inch, I made it 1 1/4. So we are going to do it this way. I'm going to do 2 3/4 for the 3-inch side, 2 3/4, and then I'm going to cut at 1 3/4 for the other pocket. Okay, get this out of the way so I don't confuse myself, because that is easy to do. All right, so this one is eventually going to get glued down to this side, and this one is eventually going to get glued down to this side. Might as well do my little notches here while I'm thinking about it, just to put a little notch in there, and the notch in this side. Okay. All right, so we're gonna have that notch there and that notch there, and we'll have to find out, we'll decide what we want to use for the pocket. I'm thinking, since I have letters and words, I do have this one, which could be kind of fun for a pocket. All right, so let's cut that one while we're in the mood. This back is 5, but I cut the pocket at 4 1/2 just to fit in there. And what did I do? 2 inches tall, 2 1/2 tall. All right, so we're gonna do 2 1/2 tall, bump, 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 right there, and 4 1/2 wide. Save those parts for something else. All right, so that is going to end up going right in there. And I did, like, instead of doing 4 3/4 like the back, I did 4 1/2 because I have to leave kind of room where I'm going to have the bag sewn in there. Okay, so to the bag, what I did for the bag was pretty simple. Oh, I have 2 bags here. Okay, they're stuck together. All right, this one's a little more ripped. We won't use that one. This one's a little better. All I did was cut it where this put that in there, and I cut it where this fold was for the bag. Kind of hard to see, but that's where I cut it. Use this for another project. I've seen these glued down as a flat item. I was thinking about putting it on the inside, but then I thought, being it's a flatter portfolio, I didn't want to have it too bulky. But I've seen these glued into journals where you can open them up, put something in there, and be able to close it up. So I'm saving those for a future project. All right, so now this has an opening on this side and an opening on that side. And I'm just gonna put a little notch in the center, kind of mirroring. I don't have a punch big enough as the same hole, but I can at least get it centered about where it is. Okay. All right, so that is gonna go and get sewn right in there. It's short enough to not get in there and right there. So that is how I got to that. Now, like I said, I didn't want to put these on until I get the brads in, so let's do that. And unlock. All right, I'm gonna do my best to center this right there and center that right there. All right, so the way I did this was I have a brad inside of an eyelid to kind of raise it up and to keep it being able to shimmy in there a little bit to leave room for the rope to go around. So, okay, so we're gonna put some eyelets in, and might as well go with the black like I did before. It's a little darker. All right, there's one, and there's two. All right, we'll also need 2 brads to go in the 2 eyelids. That one brown? Oh, they're both black. Okay. I think I'm going to do brown for the brads. Last one I did a shiny, I had black shiny, and I put some of that gel medium on there to try to unglaze it because I didn't like the shine, but we'll go brown. Okay, so I'm going to put the eyelid in. Squeeze and put the eyelid in with a little squeeze. Okay. Well, a little more of a squeeze. There we go. Okay, that's better. All right, so I'm going to put the brads through the eyelid, and I'm going to fold it over, but I'm not going to fold it over tightly because I want to leave room for it to be able to pop up a little bit. Okay, and oops. And get that to go. Okay. All right, so tie the string on there later. And sew around that, but first I'm going to add the, I think I'm done with this, so I'll put this away. I'm going to add the pockets to cover these up. This is going to go there. This one's going to go here. And go ahead and glue the 3 sides to make a little tuck. I see a problem already. There's a bit of room there, but I think maybe when I sew it, it'll be better. I put it in farther in here than I did these because I wanted to make sure I had room to sew too, so that might be helping a little bit. Okay, let's glue this one in. Now what I could have done, which I will probably do with that other one, is just cover up the back of the brad with some washi tape or some paper. Some decoration, something like that. All right. It's okay. It doesn't, leaves it up a little bit, but that's fine. It gives a little room to get stuff in and out. Yeah, not too bad. I'm fine with it. Okay. All right, and for this pocket, I think I'm gonna just round the top a little bit with just, we'll do the medium one and put a little thumb notch in there. To ink the insides of those, but it is darker paper, so I'm not too worried about it. Just go in there and try to get that to there we go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to glue it more to this side because, like I said, I'm going to have to sew the bag down there. I'll go ahead and glue this down. Make sure that still closes. Don't want it over that line. Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to take the bag. I'll end up sewing it right into there, sewing across the 4 edges, and be able to decorate this. So I am going to pause the video to sew this because it's hard to get the sewing machine to be up here and watch me sew. So I will be right back with this all sewn. All right, I am back and all sewn. One thing I did forget to do is I forgot to put the reinforcers around the holes in the part of the video, and I wanted to show you some of the reinforcers I recently made out of regular office supplies. I really should have put it in the last video where I did office supplies. So if anyone's interested to see how I did these, I'll just put a link in the comments, or not a link, put a comment that you'd like to see how I did the hole reinforcers. They're very fun. They look textured. They are not just the plain colored ones. So they are made from the regular white reinforcement labels I got from Walmart. So if anybody wants to know how I did those, I can do a quick tutorial in the next video. It takes a whole 30 seconds to do. But if no one wants to, then I won't. Okay, so a couple other things I wanted to show that I did off camera is I did clip the bag in place so that when I sewed it in its little valley, it didn't shift. So I did clip it in place to sew it. And a second thing is if you forget to take the white thread out of your bobbin and you need to make it more of a color, you can always go over it with some ink. And this all was at one point white, and it is not white anymore, as the top thread was more of a darker brown color, but I forgot that I had white in the bottom, and I had started sewing it already by the time I realized it. And yeah, just a simple little swoosh of the vintage ink, and it looks like light brown on the outside. So that's the easy way to fix white thread, especially if you don't want to change your thread. All right, so that got all sewn in. I did have to go to a sort of a straight stitch when I went by this. I couldn't have it go. It got definitely wonky. So I'm not sure if the best bet was to do it like I did underneath, sew it after, or was it better to do it like I did the first one and sew it before, and just go ahead and put some washi tape on there or something. So you can see I did have the reinforcers on this one. I forgot to point out with the original one. So up to you. Then again, if you're not sewing, then it really doesn't matter. So, All right, so I did make a couple of the cards up here that I would go ahead and put in some of these just because it was a little bit quicker. I have these postcards that I wanted to show you. I actually got them from this sheet right here of postcards. That comes with several. It's actually called Postcards. From Die Cuts with a View. I got it from Joann Fabrics. There's quite a few different things with postcards in there and mail stuff. So I just wanted to show you that that's where I got most of these, or not most of them, the postcards that I'm going to end up using as tags in there. I thought postcard was good using people. And then I also have some printed digitals from, I don't know, they're receipts. I can't remember, but I have these. I printed them on a harder cardstock. Also, so what I did with the first one was I took one of the postcards like this, and I ended up putting it into the pocket here. I ended up marking where it needed to be and folded it at that point. Once I folded at that point, I did trim it so that it was even, and then reopened it back up and took my fancy edger and edged it so that when I got refolded, it had this different color on the back. That's the color that it normally comes. It's not what I chose on there, but it's a cute little tag. I did round the edges and ink it, but it fits in there beautifully, sticks out on there. So that's that one. For this other postcard, I just took this one and I rounded, I did cut it down a little bit because it was a little bit long. I did round the corners to have it fit in there. But this one I could definitely go and throw some decoration on, some people on there. For this one, I think I'm going to do one of the receipt ones because they're a little wider. Like probably like this one. That fits in there perfectly, and we can decorate that one. Yeah, let's get these out of the way, the ones I didn't use. And let's see if we can throw some decorations on here. I'm probably not going to decorate this one because it's tiny and it's got the fancy ends on there. I'm probably not going to decorate any of the bag today, but I'm just going to throw a little bit of decoration on these for that. So I did get out my Tim Holtz people. So I put the card in that way. I'm thinking a person standing there might be kind of fun, or even sitting on that little bench kind of thing would be kind of fun. So we need to get one guy or one person, not a group. It could be fun sitting there. And for this, maybe a group of, these are the tiny people, not the big ones, so I don't have anywhere for them to sit, do I now? All right. You could be nice there. Okay, let's go with that. Get in there, guys. Okay. All right, now I've got these labels that I used in my first one. I stamped them in my last video. It's got a lot of the same colors here, so I thought this would be kind of fun to use as part of this, part of that sitting on it. Try to get this straight. Have it wrap around a little bit. Yeah. That could work, and then maybe throw something up there. I've got those clocks. Those could be fun. Like you're sitting waiting for the train. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. That looks like it could be a fun clock. This one's got a little bit of green on it. Let's go with that one. Keep that out for a minute because maybe I might put a clock on that one for the ladies. Throw a little ink around this. All right. So it doesn't have to be too complicated by any stretch. There's 1 o'clock. Okay. Seems like it didn't get punched out. There we go. Throw a little ink on the edge of him. Shoe boot. Get a shoe boot. Shoe boot. Okay. Whoops. All right. Just kicking back, waiting for the train. Yeah, maybe a little. I've been using a little bit of that vintage tape I made also. Use that on the sample project. So nice to have some of this back. Okay. Go around the corner a little bit. There we go. Yeah, cute. And definitely got some place to write back here. All right, so that's gonna go in there. Okay, now these ladies, get a little edge on them. Think of what else I want to put on there with them. I'm probably gonna get some little bit of paper back there. That could be fun. Tear that up a little bit. Too light. I think I like the contrast of the darker color a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. Got my string. I cut that already to lock her down. This is not part of the label, but it was stamped and it's sticky, so I'm going to use it as that down there, kind of like a little place for them to rest. Yeah, yes, I like it. I like it. All right, ladies, time to get to your home. Okay, and I don't think I inked the outside of this, so I think I'm going to do that. Little stiff in there, so let's just loosen her up a little. There we go. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, I'm peeking out. Yeah, I wonder if I should put something up there, but I don't think I want to block any of that. It's definitely pretty. All right, we can definitely put some stuff down here though. And I don't know. Too white. Maybe I want more of a label than that. So I want something long, not tall. Okay, let's see what we got here. Roughen this up a little bit. Looks just a little too brand new for me. Can't really see it. It's kind of dark. Yeah, that's a little better. Whoops. All right. Well, let's glue this down. And we'll glue this down. And probably one little label going across there. Once again, ginormous scissors for the teeniest, tiniest cut. All right. Okay. Yeah, so like I said, I would go ahead and throw some fun stuff on here. I did decorate the top bag and this bag. I didn't decorate the backs because it could be added to later, deciding where it wants to go. But I don't think there's a need to do that right now. So let's cover the glue as it dries. And I probably should wash this tip out. I can tell it's getting a little residue on it. All right, so, and throwing something on the front. I did do that with the other one. So let's Let's wiggle a little. And tie a knot around this. Oh, my fingers are just not working. Oh. All right, let's start it a little bit bigger. There we go. A little bit more room to pull the knot. There we go. Gotta be careful with the jute because it does definitely like to be pull apart. It is not one string, so I'll go ahead and just pull that. First couple times you do it, it's a little stiffer to do because it's working its way into finding its home. But once you do that, it's usually pretty good to go. So there we go. I might cut it a little shorter in a bit. I'm gonna see how many times I can wrap it around. But for now, I'm gonna leave it that length just so I can train it to do what it needs to do. Yeah, cute. I like it. Little tag in there. Put some stuff inside of there. Little tag there. And a little tag there. Yeah, very cute. So, all right, well, I hope you enjoyed that and got an idea to use the backdrops that go sideways. Where'd my other one go? Where'd my first one go? There it is. Yeah, so instead of having it going up and down, you get the backdrop that goes sideways. You decorate, like I said, decorate the bags, decorate the front, put some stuff in the pockets, give it as a happy mail, or stick it inside of a pocket in a journal, and you are all set to go. So, all right, well, that is going to be it for me today. If you enjoyed that video, I would truly appreciate a thumbs up. If you have any questions about this, feel free to leave a comment. And like I said earlier, if you have a question or if you want to see, let me explain how to do this, just leave a comment saying, yes, I want to see how you do those reinforcement labels. And I will do that in the next video. If you have not subscribed to my channel and like to see other future videos, please do that also. I love to see new people join us in this adventure. Well, that is going to be it for me today. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and as usual, have a wonderful and creative night. Bye now.